Could be like Damian Broderick, you know, because I've got finally have a shoehorn, just the whole. How's it going, everybody, and welcome to this episode of The Fatter Dapper. It's been a long time since I busted out the black suit and got dressed up a little bit. I have been dealing with some health stuff, dealing with the moving stuff, because as you can tell, like, I kind of don't really have anything in the room anymore. But I wanted to come on to talk more specifically about something that actually has been a point of interest for me for quite a long time now, that being the gentleman's code versus Instagram. As some of you might be aware, I actually was a part of the original set of people that started using Instagram once it went public. And as a result, I've seen a lot of things on the platform, from the original 4x3 photos and whatnot to the initial run for Reels and IG Live and everything else to where we're at now. I personally have really enjoyed some of the changes made to the platform over the years, and there have been times where I've absolutely abhorred some of the changes made to the platform over the years. But with that, there comes many channels that are all about the gentleman's lifestyle. And I wanted to call this out because it's just weird to me how much people have completely misappropriated gentlemanly behavior, gentlemanly style, gentlemanly actions. It's just weird to me how just corrupted it has all become. I say this as someone who grew up with traditional values in the home, traditional values in my community, of people that I trusted and respected. They held these types of beliefs and they held these types of actions. They lived by the gentlemanly code and standard. There are several pages that are out there that are literally showcasing luxury lifestyle and calling it gentlemanly, or things that are seen as very high society, highfalutin, affluent, whatever you want to call it, but they slap gentlemen's on it. Now, where this comes from, I'm not really sure, and I would love to do a deep dive on this particular subject because I do enjoy a good bit of research. But just as a knee-jerk reaction, it's wild to me. They showcase men on yachts and speedboats and Rivieras and throwing lavish parties, decked out in nice threads. And of course, this very James Bond-esque always has a woman on their arm that is absolutely supermodel style and status, and everything associated with that, shall we say. And to break some of this stuff down bit by bit and kind of dismantle this very much misconstrued vision that people on the internet seem to have about gentlemanly ways and lifestyle, let's start from the top with the style aspect of it. Yes, dressing nicely, dressing appropriately for certain occasions and events and stuff like that is a large part of what many people associate with gentlemanly behaviors. But the truth is it's more about taking care of yourself and representing yourself in the best way possible. For me, I had the money to go and get bespoke, made-to-measure suits, and I took advantage of that and I jumped on it because I want to represent myself, my family, what I believe in, what I stand for, in the best way possible. There's plenty of videos out there that showcase people who dress nicely going into public and being treated with greater respect for just dressing nicely, even if they were just asking for directions. It also conveys to the rest of the world a lot about who you are, that you have the self-respect to go, you know what, I'm gonna dress nicely because I want to do my part in society today and not just exist. Now let's jump into some of the more behavior-driven parts of this, because I feel like a lot is associated with the behavior stuff. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about people that are going to clubs that are much more high-end, so they're dressed nicely, drinking expensive drinks and cocktails, smoking cigars in lounges darkly lit and adorned with green leather furniture with dark stained wood. This very jazz club feel, mob boss feel. A lot of people lean into that and go, oh, that's gentlemanly. And while many a gentleman might partake in these things, it in of itself does not make it gentlemanly. It is just simply a way for people to get out, have a good time, and relax. You can partake in those things and very much not be a gentleman. I mean, how many stories have we heard of people getting too out of control at these types of events or doing these things? Or we're still people that do these things portrayed in negative lights. That's not something that a gentleman would be about. They would not want their goodwill evil spoken of. On top of this, let's just jump straight into the next point, the hyper objectification of women. I hate to say it, but as much as I love James Bond, he really does treat women horribly. They are seen as a conquest for the evening, a cherry for the nightcap, whatever you want to call it. They're not seen as people except for maybe a handful of them like Moneypenny. Otherwise, they're usually just a tool for his pleasure, a source of sexual entertainment, whatever you want to call it. They're not treated like good people. And unfortunately, that has now been conveyed as the gentleman's thing to do. So many of these Instagrams showcase sexual and romantic relationships with people that they've picked up for the evening or whatever the case might be. There's no true development of character. There is no treating them with great respect. There is only the demonstration and showcase of the conquest for the woman's affections for the evening. It's extremely draining. The fact that women are showcased in this way is truly disheartening because it shows that we're not teaching our young men really how to care for and respect a woman, which is a critical aspect of being a gentleman. Hence, the gentle part of being a gentleman. Yes, you can demonstrate and showcase positive masculinity, demonstrating that you care for others, that you do, in fact, have a connection to your emotional side. You know how to treat people right and have the clarity of mind for good social cues and everything else. But above all that, there is a respect for people and recognize them as people and not just as pawns on this game board of chess that we call life. As a gentleman, you should know to respect people better and treat them with incredible dignity and respect, that you would care for them, you go out of your way. And there's the whole gentleman's code of conduct in public, not letting the women walk near the road, laying down your jacket for them so they don't get their shoes dirty or wet, things like that. These are things that are absolutely lost in today's society, unfortunately, and a lot of these gentleman-gram type accounts really miss the mark on that. They just showcase it as, hey, if you dress nice and you do these things, this could be you too, when in reality, it might not be you too, and worse still, you might not actually find a partner in those kinds of environments because they often are not conducive to long-lasting relationships. Keyword being often. And the last thing I'll touch on is the flaunting of wealth. Yes, unfortunately, there are many accounts that declare luxury things and expensive things as gentlemanly, when the truth of the matter is it just means you have money. We know of several people who are in fact incredibly wealthy, dress nicely, but are in fact not gentlemanly. Harvey Weinstein, anyone? Just to name a very off-the-cuff example. The flaunting of wealth is also just not a key aspect of being a gentleman. Being a gentleman means you know what you are worth and you are humble and respectful about it. You don't sit there and promote yourself out the wazoo and showcase and flaunt all this wealth. There comes a time and a place, and what I mean by that is, like, say someone is going through a hard time. Yeah, flex the dollar if you can, help them out. But don't do it in a way where you're trying to draw attention to yourself, because that's just not being a gentleman. You're not trying to showcase this person's misfortune. You just want to help them in their time of need. You're not trying to showcase that you help people. You are trying to be a real friend and recognize their humanity, recognize that they're in a tough spot in life and they just need a little bit extra to get back up on their feet, right? That's being a gentleman. Not sitting there trying to I did this thing. Notice me. Being charitable is more gentlemanly than flaunting that you have a yacht. So I guess it's very safe to say that we have unfortunately reached a milestone in human existence that has conflated and confused what true aspects of real gentlemanly behavior looks like. It's not about the money, it's not about the flaunting and the fame, it's about representing yourself the best way possible, treating those around you with incredible respect, humility, and love, and being, truthfully, the best version of yourself possible. It's not about showing off your fame and your fortune or seeking recognition for your deeds and actions. It's truly about being there for your fellow man. And I hope that somebody out there understands where I'm coming from, because maybe I'm not the only one out here who feels like this corruption of great morals and values has been completely lost. It's not even a gendered thing per se, even though the term is gentleman. It's literally a mindset and a behavior that you adopt into your own life, and it will completely change how you interact with the world around you and how you see other people. They're no longer that guy over there, that's my neighbor, that's my fellow colleague, my coworker. It's not just some dude, it's that guy. I know him. We see each other every day as we go to work, or we attend the same class, or we attend the same religious ceremony, whatever the case might be. It's just a completely different way of approaching life that offers respect to everyone, regardless of gender, ideology, beliefs. It doesn't matter. And I pray that somebody out there will hear me on this and look into it for themselves, because there are actually a lot of key gentlemanly aspects to be found in many of the world religions. And that's something I would love to get into on another episode. And with that said, thanks for tuning into this here rant. I don't do anything on the script in this house, so if you appreciate the ad-lib commentary, let me know down in the comment section. Happy Easter, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.